So someone was asking me under one of my YouTube videos whether God is a woman. And that question got me also thinking about a lot of conversations I have come across both in comment sections, here on TikTok and all that, where different people are trying to say, okay, God is a woman and this is why God is a woman. And it also made me to think about the general belief that God is a man. And, so when you see a man, you have seen God. And when we talk about man in this sense, they're talking about the male version of humanity. So I'm going to read the response I gave to that person that was asking whether God is a woman. And I'm also going to add a couple of other notes I made because I think it's high time we have this conversation. There's that general notion that God is male, and because of that, the idea of someone being male means that he should be revered and he should be respected and all that, but a woman is just a woman. So what did I respond? I said, interesting question. Well, the Bible records that God made male and female in his own image and likeness. To me, that debunks the notion of God being a man. So if God said, I made male and female in my image and likeness, it means that man looks like God, woman looks like God, both in image and likeness, both in essence, in virtues, in qualities, in creativity. If you see a woman or a man, you have seen God. So God is not one gender. I don't know if you've ever thought of it. Next thing is this. I said, I believe that God is neither male nor female, but rather expresses his person and virtues through male and female humans on earth, which I've just explained. Interestingly, the Bible also teaches that in Christ Jesus, God doesn't see us as male or female, slave or free, Jews or Gentiles, and so on. So we are the ones that are so hung over on the notion of, oh, when God looks at a human male, he's seeing a man. And when God looks at a human female, he's looking at a female. So God is not so fixated on whether you are male or female. He relates with you as a person made in his image and likeness. And I continue to say, Jesus also said that there will be no marriage in heaven because we will be as the angels. And in bracket, I said, I presume being as the angels means having a mix of the expression of both genders instead of being separated into two separate or different genders. So that's what I think. So in summary, I'm just saying that God made male and female in his image and likeness. And it means that both male and female have his attributes, right? So there's no need to honor one gender above the other because we both are full expressions of God. Having said that, I also want to address this notion that a lot of men have. They often define masculinity as not behaving like a woman, as if there's something wrong with being a woman. And they despise any perceived feminine attributes, such as having emotions, paying attention to details, having deep conversations, having empathy, being able to do house chores, nurturing babies. So if a man has any of those qualities, they will look down on you and say you're behaving like a woman, as if there's something inherently derogatory about being a woman. Is there anything disrespectful about God in us as women or God in men as men? God expressed himself in male and female. Now, but the thing is this, people who have such anti-female mindsets end up acting out toxic masculinity. And what is the hallmark of toxic masculinity? We see things like aggression, lack of empathy, pride and ego, being clueless about how to do basic house chores and all those things. So if you see an average man that is displaying all those notions of, classic masculinity, they say, yeah, that is a man. So, but the thing is this, let's even use Jesus as an example. Bible says that he's the express image of the Godhead, and the Godhead is the one that said, let us make man in our image and likeness, which is when they said man there, it means male and female humanity, right? Jesus wept. He cried seriously when his friend passed away. That's Lazarus. Jesus cooked. He made fish and sardine sandwich after he rose from the dead. He cooked. Jesus cared for children. When his disciples, they have not really learnt everything from him. Some children were coming to run around and say, oh, Jesus, Jesus. And we're like, come, we're talking serious business here. You guys should move to one side. And Jesus said, no, leave the children. Let them come to me. These are the people that the kingdom of heaven was made for, right? Jesus was good at hanging out with children. Children loved him. Children loved to run around him. So he did come to earth in the form of a male, but he expressed the fullness of God, which men love to divide and say, okay, this side is what women should do. This one is the side men should do. No, he expressed the fullness of God, which is a combination of male and female. He also served others by washing their feet. So he didn't consider service as something that is for women only. as the express image of the Godhead, he washed the feet of his disciples, right? He had compassion on the vulnerable. Bible always says, and Jesus had compassion. He was not the type that would say, "Oh, I'm a man, just forget it. It is well, we don't talk about it." No, he had compassion. He had compassion. It is something you may say, "Oh, just like," but even Bible says, as a woman has compassion on the son of her womb. Compassion is not something that is only restricted to women. Men should also be compassionate. So if you're not compassionate as a man, you are lacking. You are lacking in emotional, capacity. And again, Jesus had deep conversations with women at the well. But I do hear a lot of men saying, men don't like to talk too much. They just go straight to the point. You just go straight. Women like to talk round and round. Jesus talked round and round with that woman. Oh, if you knew the person that is giving you asking you for water, you would have given him already. I am this, I am that. I know you already had five husbands, and this is the one you have now. He had conversations with that woman. And he didn't say, "What am I even talking?" But even his disciples were like, he's talking to a woman. But he didn't look down on her. He engaged with her, he gossiped with her, right? So what are you guys talking about? So in summary, what I'm trying to say is this: God is male and female. He expressed himself in us as male and female when he said, "Let us make man in our image," right? And likeness. He made us male and female. He was very clear about it, in his image and likeness. So don't let anyone make you feel like God is a man. God is both. He just put different expressions of himself into us as male and female. And Jesus, who is the express image of the Godhead, came and he displayed all the virtues of God, both those we typically associate with men or with women. So that's where I rest my case. Let me know what you think in the comment section.